Not a lot. Just enough to remind me why I don't watch it. Oh, this is already funny. Just the headline. The list of moves and actions that are now banned from AEW or need to be approved by the company.
Maybe that's why Nash is pissed off, because he went for Brock and Austin and not try to duplicate him.
Well, it'd be easier to duplicate him. You only have to learn 5 moves.
Like you said, and we've all been saying, Tony Khan, you need a hierarchy, and he gets one, and then we make fun of it.
Because he's sitting back there talking about the Brock match, and finally we had a wrestling match. Finally we got 2 guys telling a story. They weren't outside in the ring the whole time. One of them
was he not watching the same match as we were?
Yeah, those games, man, I would say, like, for me, like, the best ones, I would say, are, like, the ones where they try to get a certain, like, time.
This is my entire IT team right here on screen. Everybody. Hello there, everybody. Getting all my buttons in order around here. It's another exciting edition of WretleChat to look forward to, where we talk about all things professional wrestling. And it's been busy. Definitely been busy, so we're going to get busy with it. But you know me, I don't like to get busy by myself. So I'm going to bring on board the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend, my sidekick, my partner in crime, the one, the only, J-Rocks. Say hello, Jay.
Hello, Jay.
All right. A lot of stuff to go over. I thought we were going to do some ratings on Smackdown, but they still haven't got them up yet for WrestleNomics, so that might take a little longer on the weekend or something. I don't know. So that's going to have to be waiting for something else. But we got plenty of other stuff to discuss.
Right.
Starting with the headline of the day. 5 names cut from the WWE today. Let's go down that list, shall we? Jinder Mahal was the first one named. Yeah, I mean, let's be real. No surprise there. Right call to make. And if you're getting rid of Jinder, they're probably going to get rid of, you guessed it, Veer and Sangha. I still don't get it. How in the hell have you not been able to turn Veer into a legitimate beast heel? I just don't get it. The guy's got the size, the strength, the look. I mean, it might not be a promo at all, but who gives a shit? He's a monster heel. How can you? I mean, he's good in the ring. Yeah. I don't get it. Out of those 3, that name just has always baffled me. From when they first introduced him, how many years ago, and gave him like a 3-week push, and then said, no, never mind. And I'm like, what do you mean, never mind? Look at him.
Yeah, and I mean, they could have probably repackaged him and stuff without Veer and Sang, but I think most the universe is just kind of soured on him because of him being associated with
Well, I'm talking about Veer.
Modern day Maharaja.
I'm talking about Veer, though. Veer's the one that I can't figure out why they got rid of.
Right. That's what I'm saying is that.
Oh, okay.
I think they could have repackaged him. I don't think they
didn't need to repackage him. They just need to put him out there as a heel.
Right. But again, I think a lot of people will still associate him with Jinder if they don't change up the look or gimmick or something. I mean, I let him go for a little bit and then bring him back by himself. They've done that plenty of times within the last year or so.
And my knee-jerk reaction was going to be, wait till he gets to TNA, and then it's like, oh, wait, Scott's not there anymore. Never mind.
Right, yeah.
If Demore was there, I would have all the confidence in the world. I don't, sadly, have the same confidence in Impact that I had at one point in time. So
and that's how I feel about all of them that was released. You know, I could see all of them going to Impact and stuff and doing really good, but then, like you said, Scott's not there now, so it's going to be kind of iffy to see how well they actually do there now.
Yeah, another name that was cut was Zion Quinn, who I don't even remember this guy. So I guess he was around for a cup of coffee on the main roster, and I guess he was NXT, which I don't watch a lot of NXT.
I was going to say he's NXT. He was part of the NIL development. He's had a handful of matches on NXT. He was his last match that I can remember was him in a 30-second match with Braun.
Yeah, they thought it was. They made it sound like it was more like 10 seconds, and it was on. I don't remember who squashed him, but so that's why I don't know him.
Braun, it was Braun on Smackdown. Basically, he got in the ring. Braun speared him, pinned him. Pay me, I'm done. Yep.
Yeah, he's done. So, out of the list of names that are out there was only one that I just sat back. Veer, again, I don't get how you fail that. I just don't get that, but okay. But the one name on there that I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me, and that's Xia Li.
Yeah.
That girl, she's got one of the baddest entrances. She's great in the ring. She's good to look at. You have all this Japanese talent right now that you could easily, you could kick Dakota out and have a feud go there and have her take it over. And then you have this all Asian girl pack and they could be tearing it up. They're all talented. They're all good looking. I just don't get it. But that's another one that would shine over on Impact.
Yeah, a couple people I listened to, they said the same thing that you just did. She never really got a fair shake. I thought they were really going to have something with her when they brought her and was doing like the whole comic book hero montages and stuff. I was like, oh, that's fucking great. I like that. Because we've seen that now with Shinsuke and it's fucking gotten over. Mm-hmm. So, I think if they would just kind of push that aspect of her and made her, she didn't have to be a face, but, kind of played into that. And like you said, her entrance is fucking phenomenal. I mean, so.
Yep.
And she can work in the ring. So, I mean, she had everything. She just wasn't given the proper opportunity and push that I think she could have, like you said, I think she could have been over, especially with a group with like Dakota or with Kairi and Asuka and Io. Yep. Yeah, the four of them together would have been fucking great.
Yeah. I would have changed them up. The damage control would be done, and it would be like the Kabuki Warriors or something like that, and just played up on that whole angle. And not for anything, I think you're down one female talent at the moment, right? So there's an opening.
Yeah.
There's an opening.
Yeah, anyway. with the draft, they could have easily tossed her over onto Raw because they're lacking over there right now anyway. So,
and they still can. That's a funny thing because you mentioned the draft. We all know it's coming up next week, and it wouldn't be unusual for them to bring back a recently departed.
That's true.
That's a free agent or something like that. So it's not completely unheard of. We're going to talk about draft stuff later on too. So. By the way, welcome everybody in the chat. As always, Judd's here. Dwight Race is here. He even tells us he's here. Look at that. I am here. Yeah. Purist is here. Scott W in the house. Well, I was going to get to that, but we'll get to it now since he's already brought it up. The WWE Tag Team titles. I kind of agree with the color, but at the same time it works for me the way it is. I love the fact that they're hearkening back to the old school style that the Hart Foundation held for so long, the British Bulldogs held. That feels good. I don't mind the Raw ones either. A lot of people don't seem to be happy with the Raw ones.
They're okay, but again, if you're looking at like the nostalgia factor, the SmackDown ones are definitely a callback to those, because as soon as I saw them, I'm like, oh yeah, those are the belts that, like those you said, good. Hart Foundation and all of them through the 90s held those on. They were the world championship. So yeah, I'm digging it. Would I like a little bit of color on it? Yeah, but still the way they look and stuff, I'm good with them.
Yeah, and I think it's like when I tell people I think the Raw belts don't look that bad, and everyone's like, are you kidding me? Dude, I'm comparing it to the shit we've had to look at for the last 7 years?
Right.
The friggin' Trojan condoms on the friggin' belt.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I can't believe that design was ever approved. The two Spartans going head to head is like, that is the dumbest I'd rather them had just a round belt with a big ass W in the middle.
There you go. Well, that's what they got now. So
No, they got small W's and they got nice belts.
Oh yeah, right. And I understand why they're doing it, because Triple H is trying to distinguish those brands and their titles. You know, all
and
your
I also
WWE
think the fact
titles.
that he's tired of the old shit too, like we all were.
Right.
He's an old school
think,
guy. I mean, it's not a surprise that the new tag team titles look like they did from the Hart Foundation days.
Right. But, you know, you've got your world champion title, and of course your world tag team champions, their titles are going to look the same as the world women's title. So yeah, I get how he's doing that. And then everything over on SmackDown being like the W or the universal titles and stuff, they're all going to have a distinct look to them too, to keep the brand's titles separated. And I expect that we'll probably see maybe not a new intercontinental title, but I'm betting we'll get a new United
World,
States title,
universal, whatever they want to call that thing that Cody's got. That's got to change,
right?
Because again,
yeah, we'll get
it's not just a new era for Triple H; it's a new era for the company. You've got your new, Roman Reigns is gone now, so you got the Cody era. It needs a new belt that doesn't have this massive W on it.
Yeah. And
we'll
I thought
that was like a predetermined thing. I felt like they had talked about that going into Mania. They already had a belt made up for Cody if he won and that kind of thing, like they did with Andre back at WrestleMania 3. They had made up a belt for Andre in case he won, which of course he didn't really. So
right. I think they might be holding off till after he has this match with Rock at SummerSlam, and then they'll give him that new title.
If you're gonna do it, do it. By the way, news that I just saw right before we went on here is that Vince McMahon and Laurinaitis have until May 14th to respond to the charges against them. So more to come, but we ain't gonna be waiting too much longer to start hearing.
Nope.
The Bloodline next up. I'm worried at this moment because I'm having flashbacks to the NWO red and white and green and purple NWO and pink and Tutti Frutti
Latino
NWO.
World Order, yeah.
Yeah, we're getting too many NWOs again, folks. It didn't work before. It won't work again. It's one thing if you want to have a power struggle in the Bloodline, but now it seems like they're talking about having an old bloodline, OG bloodline versus a new era bloodline. And that's going to get sloppy. I'm just sorry. I'll be amazed if I'm not lost in that shuffle.
I think it'll be all right, only because you're going to have Roman, Jimmy J, and probably one other. I'm guessing they'll probably bring Sammy back for it against, Rock, Solo, Jacob, and Tama. And I mean, with that, you're not really going to lose a lot because most of the people involved, except for Jacob and Tama, have been there and part of this storyline. So you're only adding 2 new people, and it's going to be more like a civil war between them. It's not like Solo's going to split off and there's going to be Rocks and then Solos and then Jimmy's, and everybody's not going to have their own bloodline. It's going to be this side and this side, and it's going to take us.
That's still one bloodline more than I feel we need.
I think under Triple H it's going to be done, and it'll be done well. So I'm going to give him
the benefit of the doubt because he has done such a great job so far, but I got my reservations at the same time. Hunter Iggy, we started off the program with that, buddy. I'll give you the nutshell version, but you can watch back for all the details. I agree with almost all of it except for Xia Li. I think that is a huge miss, and I think they should have made something out of Veer Mahan. That's their failure. But everything else I am 100% on board with, and that's where I'm at on the releases. That said, where else are we up to here? We talked about the new belts, talked about the bloodline. This might be a shorter show than usual because I'm just like bullet pointing things at this moment.
Right.
Not exactly WWE, but a little bit WWE, and I didn't even know about this till today. Apparently, Mike Tyson scared the ever-living shit out of Jake Paul to the point where he ain't gonna fight him now in July. Have you heard this?
Really? No,
I'm hearing that they somehow had some sort of a sparring session, which why would they spar with each other if they're going to fight each other? And that Tyson
Right.
dinged him up enough where he's got concussion syndrome now, and he's, and Logan is supposed to be taking his place.
Well, that'd be the most idiotic thing Logan ever does if he does that.
That's a 30-second match.
But I'm looking at it. Why risk what you've got with WWE to go do something like that? That's fucking ridiculous. Because if Tyson did that to your brother in a fucking sparring match,
yeah, not for nothing. Jake's a little bigger, and in boxing, he's a little better.
Yeah,
I am telling you, man, Mike Tyson, he can go in there with the best of intentions, like, I'll go easy, I'll go easy. That boy snaps. He just fucking snaps. He sees red sometimes. And one of the promos he was cutting recently about this fight is how, he said, my brain does what my brain does sometimes. I'll be looking around, and all of a sudden my brain starts, you're a bitch. And I'm like, excuse me? You're a bitch. If you weren't a bitch, you walk up to this motherfucker on the street right now, just punch him in the mouth, and then I got to go punch him in the mouth. If Mike Tyson is losing arguments with his brain once that bell rings, Logan is going to get to see his.
Right. Again, I don't know why he would risk that, because Mike Tyson's going easy might be a whole different fucking definition than what our definition of going easy is. Oh, I just put your nose on the side of your face. I was going easy on you. You can at least still breathe just from over here now.
I like to consider myself a little bit of an artist, and I just tried to do a Picasso there. I just wanted to move your nose around a little bit, and maybe your ears can come over here or something. And there goes your eye. We can get that later. Don't worry about it. No, Tyson.
Yeah, I don't
was just saying it again. It could be promo hype and all that kind of stuff, but dude, you just look at that guy, and he can click real quick. And he was talking about the way he's like, the last time I fought, I really didn't, it was just about going in the ring and, with Roy Jones Jr. there, right?
Right, yeah.
This time I really want to do something. Not anything.
He wants to prove something. Yeah.
I believe him when he says that.
Last time was just for funsies. This time I want to show y'all that this old man can still swing.
Well, not only that, but they've been talking some smack. Now, you wonder how much of it is like wrestling words, like, hey, you cool if I say this or whatever.
Right.
Jake Paul said something to the extent of, and it's not a direct quote, but it's pretty fucking close, said something to the effect that, I'm going to introduce Mike Tyson to his late daughter.
Ooh.
I don't believe Mike Tyson would have okayed that. I maybe.
No, I don't think so either. I don't know.
That doesn't fit the personality profile.
Yeah.
And if that wasn't an agreed upon thing, Jake, you don't realize you're dead, but you're dead. You're on borrowed time.
You're the one's going to be meeting people. Yeah.
I tell people all the time, we all have a birth certificate, but it doesn't come with an expiration date. But Jake, yours does. You died on July 20th. That's all there is to it. You dead.
Yeah, I don't see Triple H and TKO and Nick Khan signing off on him going to do this fight, especially since he's holding
Logan has the ability to. You got to remember, Logan was boxing when they signed him.
Oh, I know, but he's holding a championship for him.
No,
that has to.
They'll drop it.
Oh, I know, but before that date,
July 20th.
Oh, okay. I guess. Okay, yeah, that is.
Yeah, you got a couple of minutes.
Yeah. Okay, he could drop it at Backlash to fucking LA Knight then.
Or he'll back out as well as his brother, and then maybe there's a. I mean, like, anyone knows the answer to this question. Who's the heavyweight champion of the world right now in boxing? Nobody knows because it's dead. Book him. Give it a Rocky match. It's an exhibition. The heavyweight champ against Mike Tyson, because Tyson is trained and ready to go. And when Tyson takes his fucking head off, maybe we have a rematch for the belt. I don't know.
Right.
But like I said, nobody knows who the heavyweight champion is.
Right.
But I'd be willing to bet Tyson could beat him. today at 55.
Right.
Looking at those friggin' training videos, it's like, good God. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel bad for the damn heavy bag.
Yeah.
Mm. All right. What else did we have here? Oh, good Lord. Yeah. Let's see if I can blow this up a little. There we go. So it's more
That's
readable.
what she said.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen. So what do you do when you have a belt that has really been brought to the next level and has now all kinds of prestige upon it? But sadly, the dominant champion just had to give it up due to injury. What do you do with that belt?
Hold a tournament. Queen of the Ring. Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, no, we do a battle royal on SmackDown.
Well, it's beyond
a
Raw
fucking
Monday. Yeah.
battle royal for the championship that Rhea Ripley has crushed everyone in. Are you kidding me? Why not just hand it to somebody and say you're the champ? Like they did with Triple H with the big gold when they brought it out.
Yeah. Right.
Here, you're the champ. It's like, okay, why not? That works. A fucking battle royal. And then, of course, let's talk. Becky Lynch, of course. I guess she's not done. A lot of people thought after Mania that was her swan song, but Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, Maxine Dupuis. I hate when that bitch does that. Chelsea Green, Natalia, Katana Chance, Indy Hartwell, Zoe Stark, Kaden Carter, and mind you just got rid of Xia Li. You couldn't have thrown her in there, right? Okay.
Right.
Candice LeRae, Shayna Baszler, Xia Li is listed here, but now they're saying not likely. Tegan Knox,
Right.
Piper Niven, and Ivy Niles. So if we take out Xia Li, maybe they substitute somebody else, or maybe they say we got enough as it is. Those are your names competing in a battle fucking royal to determine who the next WWE Women's Champion is going to be after this dominant performance by Rhea Ripley.
Well, I will say this. There's one more that could be added to that because Raw will be in her hometown in my state, 30 minutes away from me, Columbus, Ohio on Monday, and that's Miss Bliss.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That'd be interesting. Although I think I'm still of the opinion they're going to use her for the Wyatt thing. At least I'm hoping.
I know, but I mean, even just having her appear and doing the old.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think they want to bring her back until that. In other words, my own, imagining what's going to happen with the Wyatt thing. You're going to have obviously Uncle Howdy / Bo Dallas coming out. And right. I don't know that he's going to actually speak or how they're going to do that thing, what kind of this character is going to be. Maybe he's going to pre-record his lines and they'll echo throughout the building. I don't know. But he's going to come out and start setting up the table, so to speak. And then maybe later on, all of a sudden you see Eric Rowan come out of the crowd. And then maybe Matt Hardy comes out, Broken Matt comes out. And then all of a sudden, just when you think it's all done, here comes Alexa Bliss with her little doll, whatever the hell the thing's name was, I forget. And I don't think they want her showing up before that, if that's what they're going to use her for.
I can't. It don't say what her name is on there. So
yeah, I feel like I got that one too somewhere over here. I don't know where it's on the one down there.
I just thought that it could. I mean, like I said, that's her hometown, Columbus. It's. I mean, it's not out. It might be a slim possibility, but it's not out of the possibility, especially if they're doing a battle royal, or maybe whoever wins it, she does some smoke shit and appears behind her in the fucking ring, and then disappears, so just it could be just something. So maybe
time will tell.
Out for. Yep.
Buster Douglas held that title for a cup of coffee, and then Holyfield came along and took it, and then you had Holyfield and Riddick Bowe trading back and forth a couple times. In between, I forget if it was Riddick or Evander who lost it to Michael Moorer, and then Moorer lost it to George Foreman at 52 years of age. And Foreman ended up not defending it the way they wanted him to, and I think they all ended up stripping him of the title. And then it's back to 3 different champions, and all that stuff that they did to unify the titles was kind of thrown away. And that's why you had the Klitschko's. Each brother had a title, and maybe one of them had the 2 of the 3. I forget how that worked out, but that's when nobody was watching anymore because they were horrible, as was the whole heavyweight division. There was no, Vladimir. Was it Vladimir or Vitaly? Yeah, Vladimir, I believe, was the older of the 2. And he held that damn belt for I don't know how many fucking years because the heavyweight division was a joke. There was nothing in there. I mean, we went from having, Ali and Frazier and Spinks and even Cooney and Holmes. You always had a main event and a legitimate foil, right? And then you moved into Tyson, and you still had Razor Ruddock and Riddick Bowe and Holyfield later on. The heavyweight division always had several legitimate names that on any given day could be the new world champion. Buster Douglas proved it. Now nobody can name 2 of them. Nobody knows who the fuck they are anymore, and it's sad. That's why boxing is dead. That's why the UFC has killed them.
Yeah.
Luke Harper can't come back, buddy. I don't know how to tell you that.
Right, that's Brody.
Yeah, he's not able to come back any more than Bray Wyatt can come back.
I know what he's talking about because what was it? One of the masks in the last teaser they did was the one that the skull was the same as the one Luke Harper wore with Eric when they were the Bludgeon Brothers. So there's something where I think maybe when Rowan comes back in honor of Brody, Luke, whatever you want to call him at that point, he'll wear that mask in honor of him for the Wyatt stuff. So that's probably what he was referring to. Not that, yes, I wish they both were here, but sadly they're not. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at Braun coming back. You got all right, Bo Dallas, Braun. We already know that they've signed Eric Rowan, so that's almost a foregone conclusion there. So that gives you a good. And then Matt Hardy is another one. If I didn't mention him already, so that gives you a good base. And then if you add Alexa Bliss into there, that's another twist there. I see a lot of potential.
And I do think that we probably will see Gacy with them too. Just because,
I like the idea of Gacy. Man, he fits that mold so well.
Right, because Gacy, because I think
can wrestle.
They're at the pay-per-views. I get they'll all be together and stuff, but each brand needs to have a presence of them on it, and Gacy's going to be the one for NXT. So
we'll see. Yeah, Scott corrected himself. That's what he thought, or that's what I thought.
Yeah. Right.
Purist, I have no idea what that statement was that you posted up there, man. I can't make sense of it. I tried.
God love you, Purist. Somebody's got to.
DHW's in the house. What's happening, buddy? Oh, so anyway, that's what they're going to do with Rhea Ripley's championship, and it's a joke. Fucking battle royal.
Yeah, I mean,
as soon as I heard that, I
Yeah, I think they would have been better off to just, like I said, do it. Have the Queen of the Ring be the tournament for it. We ain't had a tournament for a title in God knows how long, so it'd been fucking nice.
Even a one-night tournament, make it a SmackDown night tournament, man. Just have
even
if it's just the top 4, so you have 2 matches to get to your finalists, and then the 2 finalists meet in the main event.
Yeah,
that's more. Yeah. There's more dignity in that. There's more validity in that than an 8-woman battle royal. Which, all right. So we look at that list of names. Who do we think is going to win the battle royal? Well, if it was a real battle royal, you'd think Nia Jax because she's a moose, but they're not going to put the belt on Nia. I don't see that. It seems obvious. It has to be Liv because that's who.
I think it'll be Liv. But I will not discount Nia Jax only because of The Rock. That's the only thing.
Yeah, but when it comes to her, you got to worry about her hole.
No, she's got to worry about her hole and whether it gets slammed or not. I mean, she did that to herself.
So this is going to be the new women's championship belt right here. If you're going to have a battle royal, this is what it. I mean, that's it. I was digging through some stuff when I found that.
And I guess, it's not like, yeah, it is kind of short notice, but like you said, you don't have the go-to doesn't have to be a fucking battle royal. I mean, do a fucking gauntlet. If you want all the people in it, do a gauntlet match for it. Have them randomly draw numbers. Have them randomly draw numbers.
Where else would you see something with a gauntlet? Oh, yeah, your current fucking video game.
Right.
When you haven't actually run a gauntlet match in decades, now all of a sudden it's in your game. Hey, maybe we run it in the fucking...
And I mean, like I said, you could do it like a Royal Rumble. Everybody draws numbers to make it random of when they come in and, go that route.
Yeah, I mean, Purist, that's kind of what he said he wanted to do. And with all these new belts popping up everywhere, I'm like, what the fuck? Why is he the last one on the dance card? I don't get it.
Yeah.
All right, last thing on my agenda for today. We smoked through this one pretty well. That's good.
Like Rob Van Dam on a Saturday night.
Yeah. It's Van Dam. So it is going to be the whatchamacallit, next Friday, the not the battle royal. I got the battle royal stuck in my head. The draft. That's the fucking word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do a draft as well. So the draft we're going to be doing is for my Wrestleverse, which is my more modern day roster.
Right.
So I'm going to have control of, let's say, Raw, and I'm thinking you'll have control of SmackDown, and we're literally going to do a draft, and that's going to be the roster. And then I can probably, if somebody can commit, we'll maybe even do NXT and throw them in there.
Nice. All right.
So I'm trying to.
That'll be fun.
Maybe Friday, yeah, because they're starting it on Friday and finishing it on Monday, correct?
Yes. Well, it might finish on Tuesday because NXT gets to have their own draft in it also.
Oh, do they? So who are they going to draft from the Indies?
No, they're going to draft from main roster down.
Oh.
They're legitimately going to be that Triple H has said they're an active part in the draft. They get their own draft picks and everything. So,
yeah, somehow I don't see John Cena getting drafted to NXT. NXT with their first round pick selects Caden Carter.
Right. Yeah. I think it's their way to make it make sense to send people that they're not really using on the main roster down to NXT to try to help out down there and stuff like that. So I get it. It makes sense. But as far as like, speaking of like draft and stuff, well, not really, but on the last show, we mentioned a certain superstar turning heel and possibly having a stable. Well, have you seen that? It's almost been confirmed now that after the draft, he will have a stable.
Who are we talking about?
A new one. Chad Gable.
Oh.
And how we said the Creed brothers would be perfect. Well, that's who everybody's saying that.
No, I've been hearing about that.
Yeah. So we said it
but
first.
They didn't take us up on the Kurt Angle.
No. I wish they would. Maybe down the road. But
what's up, JH, man? Good to see you here, buddy.
But yeah,
I'm guessing Friday's the first day. So on Friday, we'll figure, hopefully everything goes according to plan. So far as, getting out of work at a reasonable hour, that kind of thing. So 5:00 p.m. on Friday. Monday, 5:00 will be safe because should be off. I shouldn't have anything going on, but you never know. Shit pops up all the time.
Yep.
And maybe Tuesday at 5:00 if we go that route then. But
we'll be able to tell Friday how I was going to say maybe they'll just like I know the last time they did both shows got to draft on both shows, so maybe they'll just have Friday and Monday, and then each show on Friday.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense because you can't. You have to have all three represented on Friday.
Right,
you can't
right,
just
right.
have Friday
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
my first pick is this one, my second pick is this. What the fuck? By the time we get to Monday, there's nobody left.
Right, you're right. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll just go with Friday and Monday because I feel like I'll be confident that I can make those 2 days work.
Right.
I've never done the draft in the game before either.
I have. It's you know, it's kind
is
of
it any good? I'm kind of looking forward to it in a goofy kind of way, I suppose. You dusted off your wrestling collection of what? I saw the magazines that you sent me. Is that what we're referring to? By the way, we haven't done Collector's Corner in a while because honestly, it's just been me and Jay. And I was hoping we'd have more participation. So hit me up on Discord like JH did, and you can just send pictures of stuff. That's what he did. And as long as I got some of that stuff to incorporate in, then we'll do them again. But if it's just going to be me and Jay, then we got this. We don't.
Yeah, because our funds are kind of limited. We can't go out every day to fucking buy shit for it. So.
Well, you don't have to buy stuff. It's the stuff that you have collected. I mean, God knows I was just in the closet looking for some stuff over there, and I found that stupid belt, and God knows what else. You have to wait and see. But there's other stuff that I said, well, that's going to come out of the box now for a while and stay out here. J8 says, I only collect magazines. Nothing wrong with that, man. I got so many boxes. Matter of fact, I opened up one box and I was like, oh, there's that shit I've been looking for. The original WrestleMania 2 programs, WrestleMania 3 program.
Yeah.
Yep, I got the originals and I couldn't figure out where I put them. I knew they were in the closet somewhere. So ended up finding them. I still can't find, some of you might remember this, from 77, 78. When Star Wars came out, they made a cartoon or a comic book version of the movie. Actually, it was 2 separate comic books, part 1 and part 2, to finish the Star Wars original movie. Right. And they were massive. I mean, they were like almost 2 feet tall and 1.5 feet across. And I still have them, but I don't know where I put them. Can't find them anywhere. I know I didn't throw them out. There's not a chance in hell that happened.
Was it like this?
I definitely had that one. Let me see. Like, sit down with it so I can get the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like hold it next to your chest or something so I can get a scale. Yeah, that's probably it. What's the back of it look like? Yeah, that's it. So I had the second part. I had the first part in that.
Yes.
The first one kind of was a replica of the movie poster. Wasn't great, but you know.
Yeah,
and again, I have both of them somewhere, and then I'm thinking they're worth money. Let me see what eBay's going for because I'd sell them. Yeah, they ain't worth shit.
Actually, this one in this condition, I can get about 25 for.
Yeah, like I said, that ain't worth shit. I mean, I thought they're gonna be worth. I mean,
but for it being ripped and torn and all beat up, 25 ain't bad for it.
Yeah, but I wouldn't sell it for 25.
No, but I'm sure if you put it on eBay, somebody would buy it.
No, that's what I'm saying. I already did comparisons and they weren't selling.
Oh, really?
That's what I'm saying. If you could, like, if I can't find them, if they're gone, it'll cost me $40 to replace them.
Okay.
Which is why I'm not losing any sleep over it. But it's just annoying the shit out of me that I know they're in the fucking closet and I've gone through it like 3 different ways to Sunday and somehow I'm not finding them. But I know they're in there.
Yeah, I just happened to stumble across that in a collection that I bought off of somebody, and it happened to be in there. I was like, well, shit, I've never seen this before. Oh, I like that. Oh, I remember those.
Yes, I was just going to say, I don't think I still have any of them left. I did.
I don't either. I had them all.
But I'm pretty sure they're all gone now, but I remember them vividly.
Yes.
Look how low that game is now. What are we talking about? Look at the picture I sent you. On Twatter.
On Twatter.
On Twatter.
Twix.
Let me see what he's talking about. Hold on.
Right.
Hold the phone. Oh. AEW's pay forever. Whoa. Oh, for those of you who haven't broke down and bought it quite yet, and you're thinking, oh, now that Samoa Joe's in the game, I need to get it. Yeah, well, now's the time.
Goddamn. All right.
$10. $10. That costs less than Samoa Joe. Oh my God. That's embarrassing. I feel bad for them.
That's really. I'm gonna have to have my girl check Walmart to see if her Walmart has that for $10.
Was that Walmart? It looks. Yeah, it could be. I guess the green border.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Seeing how she's in the chat right now, since she sent me a picture of her in there, so check to see if you got that tomorrow when you go to work, and see if it's $10. Because I just might pick it up for $10.
I'll buy that for $10. Of course, it's supposed to be $2.
Right.
What movie is that from?
Oh God.
Jay's going to be eliminated by somebody in the chat group, even with a 17-second delay.
It happens.
Hello, Lisa. Welcome to the nation. I'll buy that for $1. Oh, it's right. It's $1. Purist correcting me.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
What's it from, Purist? RoboCop. There's your winner.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Good man. I could not remember it to save my ass.
Lisa's asking, what was it? I'm guessing she's referring to the video game.
AEW Fight Forever. You might have a copy, maybe, if you haven't sent them all back from.
Yeah, as I say, you might have to dig it out from a pile of manure or something, because that's usually where they keep it. What Scott got here. I unfortunately went through my grown-up phase when I was 17 to 18, and so much of my fun stuff was sold in rummage sales, including my Atari 2600. Oh, wish I knew back then I'd be a kid again. I always knew I was going to be a kid again. I never stopped. It's much easier that way.
Yes. Yeah.
Every time people would tell me, when are you going to grow up? And I would just right off the bat, man, right into the jingle. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
Look at your watch. Yeah, I don't know. It's not telling me.
Let's see. AEW overpriced forever.
Yeah, that's right.
Only $10 at Walmart. I wonder if you can order it online for that $10.
I would bet you could.
You'd be surprised what else we keep out back in the manure.
Well, we talked about about the Raw a couple of days ago. We both think
we talked about them.
We both, yeah,
we like the new ones for SmackDown a lot because obviously it's got the vibe. I like the Raw ones, but I even though most people don't, and I think the only reason I like them is how much I hated the old ones. It's that simple. I could not stand those friggin' Trojan. Ugh.
And yes, just for anybody who wants to know, she just sent me a screenshot. You can pick it up for $10 on the website. So there you go.
There you go. So if you need a drink coaster for your house, only $10. Just get the disc out, put it on the table, put the drink on top, and it serves a purpose. It's funny as hell that the game is $10, but Samoa Joe's going to be like $23.
Well, here's the thing. In the same picture, the physical copy is $10. It's $60 for the digital copy still.
Yeah, those are set by like PlayStation and the stores, and whether it's Steam or whatever. Those prices are contractually obligated. Whereas Walmart can say, hey, we got a bunch of this shit to get rid of.
Right. Photo as proof on X.
Yes, I got your picture, man. We showed it to everybody. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
Yep.
All right. Well, that is the lineup I had to go through today. Yeah. So again, Friday we're going to do the draft and see how that goes. There's something else that we might mess around with. Let me just see if I can find this really quickly. And if not, well, no, I need time to set it up. There's this thing I've seen a couple of other streamers put out there for wrestling where you have a whole bunch of names on a random wheel.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And let's say you spin the wheel. Let's say there's 20 names on there. Anything from Louis Spicoli to Ric Flair to Frankie Williams or the Brooklyn Brawler to Hulk Hogan. So you spin the wheel. The first name that comes up is Dusty Rhodes. And you have to determine, like we would have to determine on a list of 1 to 10 where we're going to put this name.
Uh-huh.
So you get the Brooklyn Brawler. You might say, oh, he's number 10. No problem. Then the next one comes up.
Right.
And you have about a 50-50 chance of getting anything from a complete jobber to a golden legend. So you're saving those upper spots, and then all of a sudden you get a Bret Hart. You don't want to end up putting Bret Hart at a 7, and then all of a sudden now 7, 8, 9, and 10 are occupied, and here comes Frankie Williams, and you got to put him above Bret Hart.
That would suck.
Yeah. So anyway, I've watched a few times or different ones have done that. And I'm like, yeah, that looks like fun. We got to try that. So we'll be doing that on the next WretleChat as well. So we're gonna do our draft, and I do need a third person. So if you can commit to Friday 5 o'clock, send me a message on Twitter. And then
with you doing Raw, that makes you Adam Pearce. I get to be Nick Aldis. So we need an Ava. So your teeth got to kind of look like this, maybe, or have some fake teeth in there.
I ain't figured that girl out. How in the world can you not get your upper lip over your teeth? It's just funky looking, man. I'm not trying to make fun of someone's looks. I feel bad somewhat, but it's like, it's distracting as hell. And I guess they figured out there ain't no way she's going to be an in-ring performer, so that's out.
Right, yeah. That's why they went ahead and said, you can be GM. We got to do something with it. He's going to be pissed if we just cut you. That ain't an option now.
Yeah, if he brought Nia back, you know you're coming back.
Right.
All right, folks. I think that's going to wrap this one up, but we'll be back with more WretleChat. Like I said, if not sooner than later, then Friday for sure. And we will do our draft. We'll probably go over some ratings. Yeah, we'll have some AEW stuff to look at for sure. Always enjoy that.
Sure. Yeah.
I look at AEW ratings, and I remember my time investing money in the stock market. It all kind of clicks together. Straight down. And then I got out and said, never again. And I said the same thing about AEW, so I guess there really is a good comparison to be had there. All right, I think it's that time. Say goodbye, Jay.
Goodbye, Jay.
Goodbye, everybody. We'll catch you next time for more WretleChat right here on the Nation Network. Actually watched a little bit of AEW, not a lot. Just enough to remind me why I don't watch it. Oh, this is already funny. Just the headline. The list of moves and actions that are now banned from AEW or need to be approved by the company.
Maybe that's why Nash is pissed off, because he went for Rock and Austin and not try to duplicate him.
Well, it'd be easier to duplicate him. You only have to learn 5 moves.
Like you said, and we've all been saying, Tony Khan, you need a hierarchy. And he gets one, and then we make fun of it.
Because he's sitting back there talking about the Brock match, and finally we had a wrestling match. Finally we got 2 guys telling a story. They weren't outside in the ring the whole time. One of them
was he not watching the same match as we were?
Yeah, those games, man, I would say, like, for me, like the best ones, I would say, are like the ones where they try to get a certain like time.
This is my entire IT team right here on screen. Everything.